everyone, and welcome back to the Miles with Misty podcast. I'm your host, Misty Hamilton, and today we are going to discuss dog treats. Whether they're good, whether they're bad, healthy, not healthy, everything that I could possibly give you in my opinion about dog treats. I'm going to give you my opinion on the treats that I give my personal dogs, my opinion on treats that I give even my training clients as we're training their dogs. So let's get into this. Today is society. There's tons of treats out there that you can give your dogs. The labeling, the packaging, everything makes them look like they are absolutely the best treat you could possibly give your dog, but in reality, unless you read that label on the back, they're probably not the best. So as we go through this segment today, or this episode, I'm just going to let you know that these are my opinions on what is the best for your dog, things to stay clear of. These treats that I'm going to be telling you about are treats that I do give my dogs. Some are good, some not so good. So personally, if I had all the time in the world, I would give my dogs a homemade treat. I do try to give my dogs like fruits, veggies, things like that. Like my dogs love carrots. They absolutely love carrots, so I give them that. They love green beans, so I'm going to give them that. Those are all healthy snacks and treats that they can have. My dogs absolutely love this ice cube tray. This tray is actually made from Wolf. They make an enrichment toy that you can give your dogs, that you actually can buy a supplement that goes in there. I didn't bring the toys. That's a whole nother segment. We'll talk about that later. But in this toy, this is just an ice cube tray. You can fill this with, like for me, I do blueberries, strawberries, things like that. I'll fill it up with coconut water and freeze it. This is a good, healthy snack that my dogs absolutely love, especially on these hot days in southern Utah, that they would actually enjoy. You can actually put raw meat in this, watermelon, whatever you would like. These are basically designed to fill them, freeze them, put them in an enrichment toy. Basically, this is an enrichment treat that you can give your dog that will take them a while to eat them, which enriches their brain so that they can, get excited about something, not just hurry and hoover their treat and then go about their day. Where's the next one, Mom? Where's the next treat, Dad? This one will take them a little bit of time to get through. Some dogs get bored with it. That's why I do coconut water, because it tastes better for them. Plus the little bits of blueberries, strawberries, watermelon, peaches, pears, whatever you want to put in there. Sometimes I put, like I said, their raw diet food in there. I'll put a little bit of raw chunks of meat in there. Things that as they lick it down or chew it, my dogs love ice cubes. So that's why I started making these. As they lick down, they get a very enrichment treat that they absolutely love. So that keeps them engaged in going further and further and further into it. So the other stuff that I personally like to give my dogs, I'm going to go over all the goods first. I give my dogs this food right here. This is actually a freeze-dried kibble that you can give your dog as a topper to their food. This is what they look like. I don't know if you can see it, or I will show you. It is a freeze-dried topper. So my dog's actually, Enzo's right here. He's like, Mom, where is it? Come here, buddy. Show them. Come here. Now you can see his nose. So, but he absolutely loves these. This is also I used as a training treat for my clients, for my dogs, anything like that. Like you can see, he's just following. He's already starting to drip drool off my arm. But they love these. So the ingredients in these. Go ahead, buddy. Kip, go. So on the back of each label of each thing, the ingredients right here, it's going to be kind of hard for you to see, but as you can kind of see it right there, it says beef liver, beef kidney, beef bone, pumpkin, coconut oil, salmon oil, vitamin E, vitamin A. So this is filled with good wholesome, rich things to give your dog. So on my personal treats, I like to see that they at least start with 1, 2, and 3 things that come from an animal, not a byproduct, but an actual labeled animal. So this one is beef flavored, so that one's obviously going to come from a cow, beef. So they're using the good parts of that animal for this treat. This is one that I do love to give my dogs on top of their food. You're dripping. He is literally drooling on my leg. So that one's a good one that I like to give. The other one I like to give is this one. It's called Steve's Real Food. Again, this is another freeze-dried raw food that my dogs absolutely love. I like to give them again as a topper, but this is what it looks like. So it is a big piece. It is actually very crumbly. So this I like to use as a training treat as well. There you go, buddy. Okay, goodbye. So those are some things that I like to give. Again, look at the back of the bags. Look at your ingredients panel on what it is. This one is ground up turkey, turkey liver, turkey heart, ground chicken, broccoli, ground duck chicken liver, apples, romaine lettuce, celery, goat's milk, salmon seed or sesame seed, chia seed, coconut oil, New Zealand green mussel, salmon oil, dried kelp, and then ground eggshells. My dogs absolutely love this. I mean, if you could see him right now, I will pick up the camera and show you. He is literally drooling all over my leg. They love these. But they get those every single night on top of their raw food as kind of a topper to give them a little bit of extra. The other things that I use for training treats is this Vital Essentials. This is a protein mix-in, and it is made with rabbit. And on the back here, I will open this up and show you as well. These are teeny, little teeny pieces. These are teeny pieces. So my dogs, I use this again as a training treat. So as we're training them, that's what I give these for, because they are a protein mix. So they're very high in protein. They already get enough protein in their food. So I choose just to give these as a training treat, especially to my clients' dogs that I'm training them. So again, read the back of the label right here. This one has rabbit, and that's it. So there's other preservatives in here to keep them, plant or shelf life on here. But this actually, I just bought this, and this is telling me to feed it rather quickly. Don't hold it. So again, these are training treats that I use to train with my dog. Another Vital Essential that I give, sorry for the back and forth, is this Butcher's Cut protein. These ones are beef bites. Again, these are very small. They are not very big, and he's going to get full. These are very small little pieces. I don't know if you can see that, but yes, those are very small pieces. Here you go, buddy. Okay, goodbye. So with this, again, this one is training treats. I love to use these as training treats, especially for my picky eating training clients that absolutely are like, I don't really want to do what you're asking me to do, but if you entice me with some food, maybe I will do it. So I choose to use some sort of natural training product or treats or something that will help just for me to know that I'm not feeding them full of junk is what I absolutely strive for. Again, the back of this one right here is your nutrition. This one says beef livered, and then again the shelf life stuff. I'm not even going to begin to pronounce these words. That's fine. Another one that I've given my dogs, and this one I've never given as a training treat, I've only given this as a meal topper, is beef green tripe. Now, if you've ever opened a can of green tripe, this shit stinks. The can stinks. This dried stuff, not so bad, but yes, it does stink. This is green tripe. green tripe is nasty parts of the animal's stomach. But I will open this up and I will show you, so bear with me. Oh God, it stinks. This is what this one looks like. It's green tripe. I literally, and Enzo will eat absolutely anything, so I'm not too worried about him, but I use this as a booster. This one's just a superfood, something I put on top of their regular old raw food that I make for them at home, which we will go over again later. I'm just critiquing that a little bit, but this is 100% tripe. There's nothing else in here. So it's just freeze-dried tripe. And my dogs absolutely love this. God knows why. Maybe because it stinks. It smells like shit. Another training treat that I absolutely love to get, that my dogs and my client dogs love, is these wild weenies made by Stella and Chewy's. So Stella and Chewy's told us at Super Zoo this year that these weenies back he is drooling on me. Stella and Chewy's were this weenie thing was a oopsie in the plant. And so what weenies look like is this long thing like this. What they told us was they made an oopsie at the plant, some machine malfunctioned or something, and they started producing them in tubes instead of the little round pieces of chunky stuff like you saw on the Robbles. So instead of them tossing a whole batch, they decided, let's make a bag and let's see if these actually sell. And they sold like hotcakes, he said. I told them, I said, well, for us and big dogs, like my Enzo boy here, I love giving them because they are so big. I can break them up into smaller pieces, except for if I have like a very mouthy training dog. Like I have a Doberman in there right now that he is very mouthy when it comes to treats. Enzo takes treats very gently because I show him and he knows that he cannot take my fingers off. So, but on the back of this one, the ingredients are right here at the top, and it says that it has turkey liver, duck quail, and then sorghum for obviously shelf life. So, but this is another one that I choose to give my dogs because the main ingredients are meat sources that I can identify, not byproduct. We'll go over that in a minute. Another one that I like to give my dogs, which I have given this one again as part of their raw food too, is this one. It's called Green Juju, and this was just salmon and blueberries. That is literally it. Salmon and blueberries is right here in this bag. These pieces are not very big either. Let me open that bag. It's a good thing I opened all these bags. You can see it's a very small piece. So here you go, buddy. He's gonna not want dinner later. Just kidding. He'll eat anything. So this one does stink. It smells like salmon. So if you do not like the smell of fishy shit, do not buy this one, because as soon as you open the bag, my whole van smells like salmon. On the back here, it says that right here is the nutritional the ingredients. It says salmon, organic purple cabbage, organic blueberries, organic something Greek, fenugreek, and then the stuff that they use to preserve it, which is one thing. It's a natural preservative. So this is another one that I just give as a topper on top of my dog's food every now and then. I don't do it very often because I actually give him fresh salmon. So what's up, buddy? What do you see? Yeah, he loves treat training day. So anyway, so that's that one. Now, for something long-term chewies, I choose to give my dogs bully sticks. 100% bully sticks. I'll give them any type of natural chew. Natural. Rawhide is 100% ounce. If you saw the rawhide process, you would throw up. It is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. In fact, if you are up for it, YouTube it. I'm not a fan. The thing with the rawhide that I learned working in the veterinarian field for a little bit is that and I actually did this as a study myself when I started getting into pet nutrition for when my Yorkie had allergies so bad that we couldn't, dog food was not helping, so we had to go to raw food. I actually took a small rawhide that I would give my Yorkie, and I submerged it into water, and the next day it was outgrowing the bowl. It was massive. So it's not very digestible. In fact, it's not digestible at all. It takes a long time for your dog to digest rawhide. Bully sticks are natural. This is natural. The only thing that is in a bully stick is bull pizzle. And it says it right there. Bull pizzle. I'm going to have to merge this together, I hope. So this is the only one that I give that I enjoy, that my dogs love. And I'm not going to give you one right now because you have to wait till we go back to the hospital. But this is long lasting for smaller dogs. For my dogs, it only lasts maybe like 10, 15 minutes. So other than that, that's what I give my dogs, other than, you know, an enrichment toy or something like that. Now, hey, stop. On to like the bag things. This food, this I actually have, and I have given to my dogs. I'm not gonna lie. I have feed my dogs these. My dogs absolutely love these things. I'm gonna give these to them sparingly because they are full of shit. So on the back here, this lovely panel right here is all the stuff that is in this bag. No. So there's only one ingredient on here. It's the very first ingredient. It says beef. Then after that, it goes to rye flour, soy flour, corn syrup, soybean, corn gluten meal, corn starch. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I would not give these to my dogs every day as a snack. Once in a blue moon, maybe when we're training and I run out of my other stuff, this is like our backup stuff. I actually have these at my training center because this is a very enticing treat for dogs that absolutely 100% will not do anything for the training, but as soon as we bust out food, maybe their food they're giving them or the treats that they have are not enticing enough. This one smells absolutely great. But again, don't look at the lovely packaging and say, this looks very healthy for my dog. It says that it's got vitamins, it says it's got calcium, it's got fatty acids, and 6 fatty acids and omega-3s, and beef is the first ingredient. The first ingredient doesn't trump the rest of the shitty ingredients. So that's it. On to my very least, pepperonis. The only reason I have this crappy bag at my house is because one of my board and trains came with this bag. This, in my opinion, should never be on the shelf. It is filled with some of the worst shit you can feed your dog. Again, don't look at the fancy labeling. It says on here, made with real steak. My ass. Prime rib flavor. If you've ever opened up this bag and smelt it, I don't smell prime rib. No, I smell processed shit. So again, on the back of this bag is this label right here that has everything that's in here. Now we're going to get into some nitty gritty shit. The first ingredient is beef. Okay, great, beef, yay. Second ingredient, meat byproduct meal. Okay, now this is where we get into the fun stuff. Meat byproduct meal could be anything from euthanized dogs and cats, roadkill, slaughterhouse stuff that's left over, things that are not human consumption. The worst possible stuff that you can feed your dog is in meat byproduct meal. It's an unidentified meat source. So in my opinion, again, if I ever saw anything that said meat byproduct meal, I'm gonna run. I'm not gonna feed my dogs this shit. I have a very beautiful Doberman in here, and it breaks my heart to give him this, but this is what the owner sent for him. And today I'm going to go out and get him something better to eat because I feel very guilty giving him this, knowing that it is absolute trash. So after the meat byproduct meal, we have soy grits, sugar, liver, and then the steak, followed by salt. So yeah, I'm not a fan of pepperonis. I'm not a fan of bacon strips. I'm not a fan of anything like that. This also has red dye food coloring in it. Anything that's not a natural color. These actually look like, if you've never seen what a pepperoni looks like, this is what it looks like. And here he comes running. You're not getting this, buddy. I'm sorry. So this is pepperoni. I am not a huge fan of pepperoni. To be honest with you, I would rather give them this than this, because at least on here it sources the meat. It tells me where the meat came from. There might only be one source of meat, but I don't have byproduct meal that's in this. So that, to me, this bag is a very big no, in my opinion. Again, all of this today and the review and everything that I have gone over is in my opinion. I hope to God I can mash this together. So this is just some things. If you can, try to feed your dogs natural things, carrots, watermelon, pumpkin, things like that. Try to make them treats. There's tons and tons of treat books out there and food books out there. I just got a new one from Dr. Karen Becker that I'm learning how to make more of a better raw food for my dogs, which we'll go over, but they also have treat segments in there. If I have a dehydrating machine, I would love to be able to make my own dogs dehydrated treats, so baked treats, things like that. But if you have some time, like on the weekends or things like that, and you can actually make your dogs treats, do it. That way you know every ingredient that's in that treat. You know where the source came from. You know how it was cooked. You know everything about that treat. So in my opinion, if you can give your dogs some type of natural treat, cook them treats, things like that, or find natural treats like I did, like Robbles, for example, or the salmon treats, do so. There are tons of natural pet stores. There are tons of mom and pop pet stores that have these types of treats in them. But again, read the labels, understand the labels, and if you need a minute to understand the label, please reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help you, because at the end of the day, I would love to see every pet out there be at its best, be at its top notch, especially coming from someone that is in the show world and the training world. Going to a dog show, like I just came from one, and seeing some of the most fit animals that I've seen, top athletes at their sport, to coming back and training dogs and seeing them obese, and grooming dogs that are extremely fat, that have joint problems, that have feet problems, things like that. It breaks my heart knowing that just a small change in their diet could prevent a lot of this. Again, that is my podcast today. If you have any questions or anything, if you want to reach out to me about some of the stuff, please do so. Comment below, and we'll see you again on the next podcast. Bye, everyone.